We've got the coastal path running along the estuary here in Flintshire, and that has a huge amount of recreational use and use by commuters, to and from places of work. So it has a lot of use like that. And we do have community groups as well that are involved, and other walking groups that use the routes along the estuary. But, we'd really like to build on that.
We've got 272 miles of footpaths to look after. So I'm involved with the practical side of it, encouraging people to use the routes as well. There's nothing better really than setting up a route and then people using it. It helps maintain the route, and it's also, it's a resource that has been put out for people to use. So it's great to see them, being having extra people using them.
The coastal path itself is fantastic. There are so many different places you can pick up and start off from. Most of it is pretty accessible for most people. You can take your dogs, you can take prams. It's a brilliant coastal path. We often start off from Abercan in Mostyn, have a bite to eat and a coffee, and then walk along the coastal path there. It's a beautiful part of the world. Coastal
path first came, in 2012. I saw massive differences. I was working along the coast of Gronfa. And there were a lot of visitors coming in from abroad, so we had like Dutch and German, that came through. But there's a broad spectrum of people. Because introducing like boardwalks and the accessibility was far greater. We were getting people of different health conditions. They were able to come in and use the site for the first time, and it was enabling them really to get to points where they hadn't seen before. And the age range it's huge. It really is from 0 to 100.
There's lots of ways that people can be active within their local community, which doesn't mean they have to spend lots of money on, costly memberships or buy expensive equipment. So people can be active by going for walks within their local community, getting on wheels within their local community, going for a walk along their docks. Being outside in kind of open green spaces is really, really beneficial to people's kind of physical and mental health.
Rainbow Biz are supporting people who may have been isolated from COVID, have mental health issues, maybe difficulties or disabilities. So they get them out for walks and for community gardens, out in nature. It helps them with their social interactions, helps them gain a lot more confidence, and supports their mental health and well-being. And today, obviously, we're looking around the coast and we're being told about nature and their animals and things that you might see on your daily walks and things, and that's just increasing their knowledge and what's actually around in their local area as well. It's very important.
Every week we find out something new about each other, and it's a great group of individuals. We all get on really well. We're all feeling as though we're doing something, doing our bit, and we've got people who've spent their life working in British Steel across the river here, and we got other people who worked in chemical factories nearby at Courtaulds, and you just find out about their lives and what matters to them. So I think that's a massive part of it for me.
I think sometimes volunteering is not on people's priority lists because they're looking for paid work at the moment. But the thing is, to gain experience is actually a really, really good addition to your CV, because you can gain experience. So if people are not quite ready to independently have paid work and have employment, then they can obviously try volunteering, try a few different skills.
On the social aspect, we're out, most of us on this particular group are retired, so it's a good means of getting out in the fresh air, exercise, improving the environment. We've done a lot of planting over on the other side, particularly around the D-side triangle. Apart from the litter picking, goodness knows what it'd look like if we weren't litter picking every week. But, and cutting the vegetation. Another thing we've done recently all along between Harden Bridge and Blacon is clearing all the overgrowth on the side of the path. The path's now about 2.5 metres wide instead of a metre. So it can make quite a difference, and we get lots of favourable comment from passing cyclists saying, oh, thanks for your effort.
Just being out in nature, really, it's just really good to get out of the house. A lot of people, especially with difficulties or disabilities, have really been affected by COVID, and it's still having a dominoes effect. So where people were locked in their houses for so long and are now feeling very isolated, so to have social interaction is really difficult. So volunteering in places like Rainbow Biz are really kind of creating that, breaking the cycle.
There's a whole host of benefits. I mean, obviously the fitness levels. So as I said, the 10,000 steps, we should all be trying to do that every day. So, a short walk around your local area, you hit your targets basically for health. But it's the well-being as well. It's been proven really that going out into the countryside, I mean, even along, the coast here is at Connors Quay. You've got wide expanse, you're looking over the estuary, there's pockets in lots of places where you get to, and it just puts your mind at rest, and makes you think of other things. So it's for your mental well-being, getting out, walking,